I don't tend to see Penguin Sledding playing those games against EC5 and winning. So it's just like that is what is the extra thing that is in the back of my mind, right? Of like, well, I think Team Basilisk probably the favorites here, but Penguin Sledding, especially in a best of one on Haven, they do have plenty of chances to turn this around.
Absolutely. I think that's a very fair assessment of the teams laid out before us here. Team Basilisk, a very, very strong roster that took some time to build that momentum, build that cohesion, but it was a very short amount of time. It was really only the time span of 2 or 3 weeks that it took Team Basilisk to really get up to par with teams, like you said, like the Easy Fives of the world. Team Basilisk ready to trade punches with the likes of those top teams. And real quickly, as we move into Haven for the second time here today, do want to remind you guys, go on and check out redbullcampusclutch.com. That Red Bull Campus Clutch here coming up soon. We are entering our final days of signups for those campus qualifiers. Remember, any university here, probably pretty likely to find a qualifier here. It is a global competition, 5v5. Definitely don't want to miss out on that. And we do not want to miss out on this first round. It is Team Basilisk going up against Penguin Sledding. Team Basilisk starting out on defense.
And we're blessed, by the way. 3 games, 3 maps, all different. I love to see that. The A push is what we are seeing come on as G-Man getting up forward position, but Hazard the first to find a frag. Easy does it for Penguin Sledding as Hazard just trying to play around that smoke. It's not good enough, but Bergie and Nanners both come up big with the frag of their own. Hyun now up close and personal on the side. It simply trades, and Clint comes up with another frag, leaving just Riku in the one-on-one, but swinging around the side is beautiful, the headshot.
Riku picking up the triple kill there for Team Basilisk. And despite that going down to a 1v1, I have to say I did not doubt Riku for a moment in that situation, specifically because they had full health available as well as that heal available for the Sage that Riku is on. And look at this buy from Team Basilisk. 2 Marshals. This is Team Basilisk swinging for the fences. This is Team Basilisk swinging for home runs here in round 2.
All right, mate. I have to defend. I love the Marshall right now. I think it's pretty solid.
Oh.
And well, Wilski certainly solid with it. Has a frag already. Riku using that wall pretty one-sidedly, trying to get a forward position. Falls down though, unfortunately. But beyond that, I mean, a slow, methodical start with these pistols for the attackers. Just trying to get some sort of positioning. Our Penguin Sledding.
Difficult questions being asked of Penguin Sledding here in the second round, and Riku is the one asking the questions. Hazard, though, says, I've got some answers here. Takes down Riku. No triple kill for the Sage, and Hazard picks up the double kill, picks up the Marshal as well. 22 HP remaining for Hazard here. Clint, though, being burned down by the Molotov coming out from coming out from Nanners, rather, and it's going to be Nanners picking up the kill, closing out the round. Team Basilisk dodging some late round heroics by Hazard and the side of Penguin Sledding, and now they've got to dodge a full buy.
Pretty good damage done there, I think, by Penguin Sledding, but again, not quite enough to bring them over the edge. Didn't even get a plant down, so their money's not perfect. They do have plenty of money to buy the rifles, though. And into this one, a very poor buy. I mean, even by bonus round standards, this isn't ideal for Team Basilisk, I have to be honest. 1 Marshal, a Sheriff, and just a Stinger, 2 Spectres, like no rifles at all is certainly not great, but either way, definitely is viable as we see the push looking to come onto A. The dark cover's there. Run it back, engaged by Hyun, who's now going to try to find something. He gets blinded by a paranoia and sent right back to where he came. Nanner somehow picks up a double kill off the back of that, and Hyun chimes in for the trade, but still a 3-on-3 now, and all 3 players get close and personal on the site. Bergie coming in big with another, leaving just Moonblue, who had something, has 1 kill, but has to contend with 2 players. Ooh. What a great shot with the shock dart by Moonblue to take Bergie down. Now Riku has to do it alone, and through the box is Moonblue with the frag.
Goodness gracious, Moon Blue has been so solid throughout the entirety of today, that round being no different. It came down to the 1v2, and Moon Blue, with an expertly placed shock dart, burned down the first defender, took down the second for good measure with the Vandal, and now what looked like could have been Team Basilisk picking up a 3-0 lead is now a lead cut in half for Team Basilisk. They have their chance to respond, and it is a big chance to respond because of all that economic damage dealt to Penguin Sledding in the previous round. Penguin Sledding only bringing 2 Sheriffs, a Frenzy, a Vandal, and a Classic, albeit that Classic aligned with the Blade Storm from Hazard. But all in all, not an ideal round for Penguin Sledding as they try to approach this 4th round.
Not ideal in the slightest. As well, Penguin Sledding gets a forward position, and well, my goodness, Hazard tried hard with that Blade Storm, but Nanders was ready, utilizing their run it back to big effect, finds a double kill. That's 3 total on the round, and Riku chimes in for more. It's an absolute tragedy on C for the push here for Penguin Sledding. They just have to turn tail and run.
Goodness me, that was brutal for Penguin Sledding, albeit a round they wouldn't have gone into with high expectations, but they would have wanted to at least deal some damage, but there was no damage dealt from the side of Penguin Sledding in that 4th round. Now, Penguin Sledding with a proper chance to mount a proper conversation with the side of Team Basilisk will be a fully armed armada of Penguins facing down Team Basilisk here in this 5th round. And I say fully armed, but we wait here to see what Worldwide will bring into this round. It will be there, that Vandal in full armor. It was taking some time to flesh out that decision. It would have been interesting to see if there was any alteration there, but this is very much a do-or-die round for Penguin Sledding now. They have got to get it done here and now, or Team Basilisk risk running away with this half on a side that certainly is not favored here on Ascent, or excuse me, on Haven rather.
I mean, you've been, you know, in the Ascent for too long, and you get used to it. But Bergie with a great little frag to open things up there. Hazard once again. Hazard, that's the 2nd time in a row that Hazard has been pushed aggressively and then instantly destroyed off the back of that. I mean, I don't know if it was strictly Hazard's fault that time around, but just something to note and look out for. Hazard on the initiation, getting shut down early into this game. Worldwide able to put down that spike in a prime position. There's 4 players ready and waiting here to defend it, all of which, except for Hyun, are going to be at long. It's really on to Hyun here, who has the flank, but should be known about at this point. And we can see the flurry of footsteps there to let them know. And there we go. It's all over from here. Just the Sova left. Has a Hunter's Fury, but I don't even know if you really want to invest it here. And yeah, not even going to do that. As it's 4-0. Flawless victory.
Wow, what a statement there from Team Basilisk in the 5th round. As we said, that was a do-or-die round for Penguin Sledding, and Penguin Sledding did nothing. They simply died at the hands of Team Basilisk, and now Team Basilisk, not only with the round advantage, not only with the firepower advantage, but now the solid economic advantage. This is going to take more than a couple rounds, more than a couple successful rounds from Penguin Sledding to try and dethrone Team Basilisk from the first half of this first half. We do move ourselves into a bit of a tack pause here. Penguin Sledding needing a moment to think things over, and you can certainly understand why that is the case. But the silver lining here for Penguin Sledding is certainly the ultimate economy there. 3 ultimates in the pocket ready to go. The Hunter's Fury and Run It Back specifically going to be really exciting to see, as these are 2 abilities that we've seen Penguin Sledding use in tandem already once today with Moonblue on Ascent, letting that Hunter's Fury rip on the A side of Ascent, followed up by Hyun on the Phoenix there with the run it back pushing forward. Already the defense is scattered from that Hunter's Fury, trying to dip, duck, and dodge away from that dangerous beam of light. And while they're trying to do that, you have Hyun storming forward, kicking down the door with that running back and cleaning up the frag. So that is the Wombo combo we're going to be looking for moving into this 6th round.
I've gathered some information there, and I have found out that this is the first time we're seeing Sage run by Team Basilisk on this map, actually. They don't run Sage very often. They only run it once in the matches that are on Spike GG. And they haven't run it at all on this map in the last couple of times they played. Granted, not a huge amount of times, and I'm sure they've worked on this during scrims. At least it appears that they have. They seem very prepped. But clearly an adjustment on this map coming through, and I think it's working out wonders by the scoreline. It's clearly been working out as we are getting unpaused. The first of the utility going out. And, well, not going to find much of anything off the back of that are Team Basilisk. But the thing is, Penguin Sledding, they're still in forward position over here towards A. At least 3 of the players are.
That is an important note you touched on there with the Sage. This gamble coming through for Team Basilisk is they have traded the Jet for this Battle Sage Riku, and so far in this 6th round, not paying off. Hyun with the run it back takes down Riku, picks up the Operator as well. That's a damning loss for Team Basilisk here in the 6th round. See if they can recover now in a 4v5 with the C site completely in the control of Team Basilisk, or excuse me, in the hands of Penguin Sledding. Moon Blue takes down G-Man. The kills going 1-for-1 in that trade, and here comes the defense on the retake. Nanners forced to back away from that window corridor as the paranoia rings through from the attackers. Nanners now back again. Back for more here in Garage, trying to find a fight, trying to find a confrontation on this peak, forced to push through the dark cover. Here comes the pinch from Team Basilisk, pushing through both sides of the site, but that's one side taken down, but here comes the other. This is Trade City kills going back and forth, bringing us now to a 1v1. It's Bergie going up against Hyun, and Hyun snipes down Bergie. An absolutely brilliantly placed shot gets Penguin Sledding back on the board, cuts their deficit right in half.
What a lucky shot, to be completely honest. I mean, like, yeah, you hear. I mean, I don't know if he was close enough, honestly, to hear the footstep there, or to hear the audio cue from the teleport. And I think just got lucky with the timing. Either way, though, it's a round, and a round you take for sure. The money is still very strong here, though, for the defense. And Team Basilisk, they've reinvested an Operator, this time again on Riku, who unfortunately unscopes at the very worst time. And Hazard has found a big frag as well. So Hazard, I talked about maybe a little bit of a slow start there in the first couple of rounds, had got caught out a little bit, but now clearly firing on all cylinders.
Absolutely, and the battle mage that we touched on there with Riku sort of fallen apart in the last couple rounds despite the strong stop. The Operator being much more deadly in the hands of Hazard thus far. We'll see if Team Basilisk rethink that approach now as they found themselves into a disadvantageous 3v5 now as Penguin Sledding start to close in the walls on a site. G-Man now holding down a short. It's going to back away from this battle, is not going to challenge that angle, just going to group up with the rest of their team. And while their eyes are pointed towards a site, Penguin Sledding have not quite yet pulled the trigger here. There is still some room. There still is some time for a little bit of trickery here, but here comes the execute nonetheless, and it's G-Man around the corner, gets the 1-for-1 trade. The Cyphers going 1-for-1 with each other. Now a 4v2 favoring Penguin Sledding. They could get themselves within one round here of Team Basilisk. Wilski with the Hunter's Fury trying to put a stop to that, but Moon Blue takes down Bergie, meanwhile leaving Wilski in a 1v4. Wilski's just going to go for it, full throttle now around the corner. He's going to try and clutch this out, deal some damage. Wilski pushing through this back corridor now, taking their time. That's Hazard spotted out. Here comes Wilski, loses out to Clint. Wilski close to hitting that headshot, but Clint too quick on the draw, and that's Penguin Sledding, keeping themselves within arm's reach of Team Basilisk.
I think you probably just saved there, to be honest. If you're Wilski, I don't necessarily see a lot of point in going for it. Even the economic damage angle is questionable. The only positive out of that is you have enough money to buy in once again. That's kind of been, I mean, if you think to that 4-1 lead that we saw here for Team Basilisk, they had enough cash to full buy twice in a row, operator included on Riku both times. So that's pretty solid. That being said, I still would have loved to see a save. Either way, we do have a couple of ultimates available for the defense. That resurrection, a key one at that. And from the shadows could come up big, but we'll see how that goes, as it looks as if mid control is the name of the game for the time being, as the push up towards long A has gained a lot of information. But again, it's just kind of a waiting game at this point. Nanners doesn't want to get too aggressive, otherwise might get caught out. As the push comes on to be, Riku spots the first. That spike going to get planted down. And now Nanners is looking for the aggression. Clint, though, in a pretty good spot. Probably going to be ready and waiting for this. Nanners is certainly looking for more. Might have an idea, as Nanners is not looking to be too aggressive. Now does. The swing is good. And Riku's just committed to this. Does not quite get it, though. Kyun, a well-placed hot hands, able to win that one out. And 2 frags go the way of the defense, but Moonblue is still here, ready and waiting. Kyun with another, but the defuse was already incoming. And that was it. G-Man actually closes that with a triple. Hyun as well with 3 frags. But it doesn't matter about the frags if the round doesn't go your way.
Goodness gracious, that was certainly the conclusion of the type of conclusion to a round where if you blink, you will simply miss it. The kills coming in so fast, back and forth, but the defuse able to hold on through for Team Basilisk. And now Team Basilisk, they've weathered that 2-round storm from Penguin Sledding to re-extend their lead here, and they've got themselves in a prime position. The bank isn't as healthy as it once was, but the ult economy is exceedingly healthy for Team Basilisk. That being said, that's one of the ultimates off the field there. Hyun taking down Bergie now. Hazard on the hunt for more. There's the Hunter's Fury from Penguin Sledding, trying to inflict the pain, push forward onto B site. Hazard right there to follow it off, but is a clutch flash from the side of Nanners, keeping them at bay. Penguin Sledding going all in on B and finding they are all out.
Just dueling running backs there, find big frags, and then on top of that, we saw G-Man in a prime position to just deny the body of Hyun on the end of that running back. It's just very unfortunate. So many things happening all at once, and they do tend to go the way of Team Basilisk. We talked about them being kind of the favorites coming in here. And they're currently showing that at the very least when it comes to those chaotic rounds, they just tend to have the better, I want to say, communication. The reason I say that is when it comes to the chaos that is trying to get onto B, it's usually key communication that is necessary. And at times it seems as if Penguin Sledding, there's some players just missing some of that.
Does seem to be the case. Just a little less polish there for Penguin Sledding. Let's see, Hazard, who's been so dangerous with the Bucky already today, a triple and a quadra already to Hazard's name here today in today's event, looking to add to that tally. But G-Man loses out to Hazard. That's how dangerous the Bucky can be in close quarters combat. The kills going 2 for 1, favoring the attackers. This could be a thrifty win. Oh, if DB aren't careful, and that is not careful enough from Nanners, losing out to Clint, and now Penguin Sledding fully in the driver's seat here for this 10th round.
A 2v4. That's what it'll take. Needs to be massive. Lots of utility. In fact, all utility there for the Sova, but that recon bolt is destroyed before it can find anything. And Riku has been hit or miss with this operator, and that time it's a miss. Worldwide, up close with the Bucky, does a great job of finding that frag. For some reason, I'm still seeing Wills keep going in for this. He's found 2, maybe 3, and then, just barely unable to pull it across the line. But Worldwide, a nice little shot. I mean, I say, you know, going for it still. I'm even though he almost had it, I still feel like 1v4. It's such a big ask. Like, what do you think the win percentage of a 1v4 is? Probably like 1% at best, maybe even less.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe 3% at best, absolute best. And I do have to respect the self-belief that comes in a play like that,
Yeah.
that comes in the decision making like that, and a bit of the understanding in the mindset that if I do die this round, I'm not or I'm not or if I don't die rather, I'm not walking away with as much money as if I had. So I certainly appreciate that aspect. Team Basilisk understanding no matter what happens in that round, they still have the lead. They still have the ultimate advantage as well. But I have to say, the ultimate going down, or excuse me, the operator going down and being handed over to Penguin Sledding, that can't feel good. We'll see if that has any lasting implications.
Oh,
G-Man, though, spots the barrel of Hazard, takes him down, and now G-Man picks up the double kill. That is expert Cypher play on defense. The Thrifty rounds very well could be going back and forth now as we are in a 5v3 favoring the defenders. And not only that, Team Basilisk, they've got 4 ultimates as well.
Yeah, and the worst part about it too, these 4 ultimates, I mean, they're big impact ultimates as well. The Neural Theft comes through and Moonblue looks to find something. Clint as well, picking up a frag, but it's at the cost of a lot of health. Swinging now in is Moonblue, and I mean they're just not even worried about giving this information away. They're just fully committed to this A side at this point, and they kind of have to be. There goes the opposing Neural Theft, but it just says, hey, they're all at A, and that's not much better. Moonblue coming in with more, but comes around the side, just barely dodges that shock dart, and now there's 2 left alive. So very close there as Hot Hands comes through from Nanners. That's gonna force a non-ideal plant. And there's the Huntress Fury to deny it once more. 3 seconds left. I'm not sure if he got it off. He didn't get it off.
Oh, he did.
Barely did. Literally
oh my gosh.
1 second left on that clock. So very close, but has to take that Sova shot as well. It's now left onto both players with low HP to come back in. There's that curveball shoot. Tries for more worldwide. Worldwide. What an incredible play.
Worldwide, oh my goodness, Mr. Worldwide, take a bow. Worldwide had been languishing at the bottom of the scoreboard for the entirety of this match. Well, Worldwide certainly picked the right round to come alive. This is a player that we consider in the top upper echelon of Omen players, and this is exactly why. Oh my goodness, that is unbelievably filthy from Worldwide.
I mean, that dodge on the flash too, that, oh my gosh. My mouse doesn't move that fast. It's just outrageous stuff coming through from Worldwide there. And I mean, listen, if there's a round you needed it, you save the Thrifty, and you get a huge confidence boost play. Absolutely brilliant stuff. And Penguin Sledding looking to pull this to a 6-6 half potentially here as they are to contend with the full buy this time around from Team Basilisk.
And what a feat it is from Penguin Sledding to have clawed this half back to such a manageable state. This was a 4-1 half at one point. This is a 6-3 half at one point. But all that being said, Penguin Sledding kept the mental fortitude alive. They kept that mental strength going, and now they are within arm's reach here at the close of this half. They very well could bring us into a level playing field here for the second half. Penguin Sledding playing exceptionally well in the face of some standout performances from members of Team Basilisk. Can they convert this last round? Bergie getting the work done, puts down Worldwide. No late round heroics from that Omen this time around. Hyun gets the execute onto Riku. The kills go 1 for 1 as the spike goes down onto C site for Penguin Sledding. Now Penguin Sledding holding off the retake. Hyun picks up the double kill, picks up the triple kill, going for the quadra kill. Won't be able to find it, but that is massive from Hyun. That may be the round right there. 1 for Hyun. Now 3v2, 2 defenders remaining. Nanners pushing forward off of the flash here. Peeks Clint. Clint goes down. Nanners now picks up the triple kill. Nanners looking to get the job done. Now 1 attacker remaining to try and stave off the retake. It's Hazard. Hazard can't find the double kill. Is there time? No! Hazard gets the clutch, and that is a perfectly even half to send us into the second.
What brilliance between these two teams. I mean, nothing between them. 6-6 on the half, something you don't often see, particularly not on Haven. And well, I mean, what more can you ask for from a game? And this is, I mean, this is quarterfinals. This is where things are big, and we're seeing big plays coming through from everyone in this server. I mean, Hyun, that was an incredible triple kill that he picked up in Garage. Just lined him up, and they had the information. By the way, they threw out the cam, and the Cypher looked and tried to shoot him with the dart. He dodged it, and they still weren't able to come away victorious. So pistol round in, it's going to be impeccable. I think this pistol really going to tell the story of the next couple. There goes the curveball one. Second one is in, and well, not enough for any frags at all. As Team Basilisk, they just run straight over the two players defending over towards A long.
This has certainly been an edge that we've identified Team Basilisk as having over other squads as well, is the pistol round prowess. This is where Team Basilisk bring a lot of their preparation, and you can almost guarantee these pistol rounds going over to the side of Team Basilisk. They are very close to making it 2 for 2 here in this match, barring any late round heroics from the remaining 3 Penguins of Penguin Sledding. Hazard there taking the full brunt of the shock dart there, pushes forward through the cloud burst, walks right past Nanners there like ships in the night as their teammates go down. Hazard in a 1v5. Even with just the classic, this looks like a save situation, but there is no save to be had. That is a flawless pistol round going to the side of Team Basilisk, and they stumbled in the closing stages of that first half, but they picked themselves right back up at the start of the second.
By the way, just to kind of go back onto what you were talking about for this Team Basilisk side, I was just looking at some stats, looking to see if I could confirm what you were talking about, and indeed, you're absolutely right. Like 70% or more on pretty much every single map win rate on those pistols. Absolutely incredible. And that's for both sides at times. So absolutely incredible. That's a way to certainly just edge your way up in the winning column if you can just get what is ideally 4 rounds for free at the beginning of each half. That certainly doesn't hurt nobody. And well, right now they've already gotten 2 of those. We'll see if you can pick up the or rather, I guess 3 of them. Let's see if you can pick up the 4th. Hyun looking to get aggressive, but there is a player here ready and waiting. And Hyun knows that, but the information gained. G-Man jumping out. Hyun knows there's no longer anyone here.
Yeah, here comes the push from Team Basilisk. Nanners takes down Clint. Now that's full B control here, but they're not interested in B site. It's going to be the C play here. Hazard is ready and waiting. Gets the right click. Won't find the kill here, but Worldwide does find the kill. Picks up the double kill. Yet another crucial double kill for the Omen Extraordinaire. Worldwide now sneaks into the dark cover. TB unsure of where he's at. They know now. Worldwide unable to find a 3rd kill left now just to Hyun, and I don't think there's much in it for them, but still a very successful round here for Penguin Sledding, dealing that very important economic damage. And that is an incredible stat you pulled up at the beginning of this round, was the incredible amount of success Team Basilisk find on pistol rounds. Definitely have to give a shout out to Coach Jay leading the squad there for Team Basilisk. That is where a coach really shows their edge in those pistol rounds. How organized, how well can your team execute with the low resources brought into those rounds? Coach Jay making sure Team Basilisk come prepared. That preparation paying off in spades now as Team Basilisk regain the lead and starting to build on it. Penguin Sledding steal it right back.
They're going to be on the lookout for that. They have the bonus round due Team Basilisk in this one. And I mean, this bonus round is yet again, I talked about it in the prior side. It's a, well, we'll just say it leaves much to be desired on the purchases. And well, Worldwide, what a great find. That's got to be through the garage door, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, indeed it was. Through the garage door. Well done. Moon Blue looking for more. Riku falls, and that's the spike as well. Down Hazard. Yeah, everybody just falling left, right, and center. It was a flawless victory for Penguin Sledding. And unsurprisingly, considering, like I was talking about at the beginning, the not ideal weaponry. I mean, they had basically no rifles and a bunch of SMGs and like 1 pistol. It was not great.
Certainly wasn't an ideal sitch. That being said, Penguin Sledding did really well to exactly what they needed from that round, and what they needed was a flawless victory. No more can these teams afford to give away rounds or any sort of guns. They can't afford to give away these lives anymore. The more important things to these teams than getting kills, than getting plays, is just staying alive. Both of these teams are well aware of how dangerous each other are. Lots of respect between these two rosters, and that's going to come through in how they approach these closing rounds of the match here. 8-7 favoring Team Basilisk on the attack. Penguin Sledding on defense, down just one round. They've been down more. Can they get us onto level playing field? Hyun doing their part, takes down Riku. Now a 4v5 as the spike goes down on A.
Yeah, but this push was so clever. They contact played in here, did Team Basilisk, and Penguin Sledding not giving anything away. They had to have known the whole time, because we saw Clint up top utilizing the camera, but now on the flank, Worldwide could find more. Playing around that smoke is one player, but Hazard swings in, finds a frag, and Bergie returns fire. Bergie with more, but it's quickly dispatched, and now there's a one player left. That's Wilski, and he's got to defend against two. Throwing out that shock dart is going to force off the player from the spike, but it's not quite enough as he falls, and Clint picks up the triple kill. It's 8-8. We're all tied up.
Reset the scoreboard, reset your clocks. This is a 0-0 game here. Both these teams within equal reach of the upper steps of week number 49 of the Valorant Sunday Showdown. This is top 8. This is a best of 1 to see who is worthy of that all-important semi-finals placement, that top 4 upper pedestal. Can these teams reach it? Team Basilisk, they looked set to punch their ticket into the top 4. They were firmly in the driver's seat. They had set cruise control. They had the AC just where they like it. But Penguin Sledding here, they had other plans. They had other destinations in mind. And now Penguin Sledding up against Team Basilisk. Both these teams rather in weird economic situations. Nanners making the best of it regardless. Takes the head off Yun. Wilski takes the head off of Moonblue. Can Hazard find some revenge, find some damage onto Riku? Clint, meanwhile, takes down Nanners. No multi-kill for the Phoenix this time around. Here comes here comes Hazard, rather, taking down Riku. The kills going 2 for 2. This is a wild round as the spike goes down on B.
Bro, that gun is broken. You can't convince me otherwise. It's absolutely busted. Clint is in such an interesting position, especially as there's 2 players ready and waiting, and both of those frags go the opposite direction that Penguin Sledding was looking for. Worldwide now, the sole player left, has 2 more to find. Has found that first. Needs a triple in order to win this out. Tanks a shock dart. Now the Owl Drone coming in, but he's pushed forward, and, well, unfortunately, against G-Man's Odin, that spray battle is not going your way almost any of the time.
That was brilliant coordination as well between Wilski and G-Man. Wilski sending out the recon drone, and you could almost see the moment where Wilski told G-Man over comms, all right, pull the trigger, he's pushing. And G-Man didn't even have to look. He just had to let it rip, let those bullets sail, and do the talking for him. G-Man up big now here in the second half, 18-10-4, really showing us what the Cypher is capable of, that full combat Cypher. Not to be outdone by Nanners right under them on the scoreboard on the Phoenix. So far, Team Basilisk showing their fragging prowess. Can they convert those frags into a win? They will find out here in this 18th round as Nanners with the run it back gets all kinds of information, gets all kinds of damage, gets the kill on the Moonblue. That's the opening frag going the way of Team Basilisk.
And a big frag at that. Moonblue falling, especially with that Odin, can be the difference maker. Hazard is ready and waiting to come in from this angle in garage, but it's all about the timing. When do you go? How do you go? And it looks like Hazard says no thanks to the operator, pulls out the knives but misses those, and Bergie takes that frag. Bergie coming up big once more, but gets taken out by Worldwide after sending that run it back to where it came from. 3 players left here on the retake. Riku ready and waiting, Odin in hand. Now looking for more, gets the spam. And, well, that spam is good enough, but that's on G-Man, who spammed all 3 players. Easy does it. And once more, Team Basilisk, they just swing the momentum their direction.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That may be the call going through the Penguin Sledding comms at this moment is uh-oh. G-Man is in the zone. You do not want to let him get in his zone. You see what happens here. 21, 10, and 4 for G-Man now. Clearly out on top. Unstoppable. On attack, no less, for the Cypher. This is incredibly impressive. G-Man, knowing the pressure points, understanding where to strike Penguin Sledding, and it's all on Penguin Sledding now to make the adjustments here. Hazard with the aggression, trying to find the kill, trying to find the trade, just finds a cage rather. So this push, foiled by Riku, and once more Team Basilisk with the opening kill. Team Basilisk with the site control. Can they keep a hold? Clint takes down Wilski, takes down the spike here, trades their life for it. Now a 2v4 favoring the defenders, a 2v5, a 4v0. That's Team Basilisk mopping the floor on A site.
You know, it feels like the momentum in this game is just spun every direction. I mean, all over the place in this game, but I mean, now I think Team Basilisk, they just have it. They're at 11, right? This is a huge round in their favor if they pick it up. You know, putting yourself on match point, and well, by the way, 4 match points potentially would be such a big find. And I think Penguin Sledding, they need to pick this one up. Otherwise, I'm scared for them. That might be over.
We are certainly needing to do some wildlife conservation here to protect our little waddly friends of Penguin Sledding. They are being brought to the brink of extinction by Team Basilisk. The venomous serpents of Team Basilisk looking to deal that deadly bite to the side of Penguin Sledding. They are 1 round away from that all-important match point, and as Vincent said, that is 4 match points Penguin Sledding will have to deal with if Team Basilisk can convert this round into a win. They have all kinds of kit, and they have the execute. Here comes the push. Hazard flashed out. Hazard taken down by Wilski. Now a 5v4 favoring Team Basilisk as the spike goes down, making a 5v3, making a 5v2. The kills rolling in faster than you can blink. Moonblue here, staying alive onto B site. Hyun on the backside, getting some damage, won't find more than one. It all comes down to Moonblue in the 1v4. Moonblue is out on site, part of the work done, but so much more work to do here. Moonblue trying to find these hidden attackers, and Nanner peaks at the right exact moment. That's Team Basilisk going on to match point here in top 8, week number 49 of the Valorant Sunday Showdown.
Man, what a statement there to put yourself on the match point. It wasn't even a close one, not even by a little bit. Penguin Sledding falling, collapsing, and crashing to the ground as they move to a difficult spot. I mean, if we look at the money, it's not ideal. They have some cash, and they've elected to buy, 3 rifles with that, and on the back of Hazard to Judge. We've seen how effective Hazard can be with that Judge as well. So, lots of tools to work with, I think, here. But again, it's just a matter of how effective can you be, and Hazard looking to play up close and personal. Here's all of these players, but they're running the wrong direction, rather, as they're moving all the way back towards the middle of the map. Nobody going towards C. Those rotations not going to work out for Penguin Sledding.
Yeah, it does look like, it does feel like at least Team Basilisk got the slightest inclination that a dangerous Hazard was lurking around the corner, and right they were to switch their sights over to the A site. Clock is starting to work against them. G-Man, though, could be the key here. This flanking position for G-Man has been so dangerous, stabbing Penguin Sledding right in the back when they least expect it here. Clint holding down A-Site. He's got to come up big, finds the first kill, won't find the second. That's going to be Nanners taking down the Cypher at 4v4, but making a 4v3. I said G-Man could be the key. G-Man gets traded 1 for 1, but the kills on A-Site are too much for Penguin Sledding to keep up with. It all comes down to this. It all comes down to Hazard going up and over. Hazard can't get it done. It's Team Basilisk. Nanners and Team Basilisk moving on into the top 4, week 49 of the Valorant Sunday Showdown.
Man, we talked about it time and time again, Dilly, how the momentum simply moving, spinning around from team to player to player. It really seemed as if there was very little between these two squads, but those last 5 or so rounds that really just told the story, that really showed where Team Basilisk were just a little bit better. Their attack side just looked better over the course of time. And on top of that, I really was impressed with G-Man's performance. Not only G-Man's, but I mean Nanner's at top of the score, at least when it comes to the actual combat score. And well, unsurprisingly, going to get that match MVP for that 25, 11, and 8. The score line with 322 average combat score. But again, G-Man had a lot of huge moments as well. And I just can't say enough good things about this Team Basilisk roster. When they're on, they're on. They just got to be on a little bit more often, don't they?
Absolutely. Team Basilisk, I would say, one of the scariest teams here to have formed in the recent weeks. This is still a very new team in terms of practice, in terms of preparation, but they're showing with the just those few weeks of practice and preparation, they are already a well-oiled machine here, looking to deal knockout punches to some of the top teams here in the Valorant Sunday Showdown. Team Basilisk already making a big statement in a big way. And one of the things that comes to mind as we take a look at the final stats, the final scoreboard for this match is I wonder if Team Basilisk should be sending a bit of thank you card over towards the way of Lazarus. If you remember, all the way back at top 32 of this event, Penguin Sledding had a particularly tough match up against Lazarus where they had to go almost the full distance. I believe that game being 13-10. It was a
Mhm.
proper challenge for Penguin Sledding. And then they had to play another whole match on top of that and then come up against Team Basilisk. It is so difficult as a roster to carry enough mental fortitude and endurance into the later stages of this tournament to really have the edge over someone like Team Basilisk. So definitely positives all around for both teams involved and positives for you guys at home. You guys have two new great casters coming your way here for semifinals, grand finals. Will be Cuppa Frag alongside the lovely Laz. So definitely don't want to miss that. But before we get going here, Vincent, any parting words you'd like to leave the folks at home with here tonight?
I mean, I don't think so. Just an absolutely amazing time we've had together here. 3 of these games and 3 really good games. So make sure to continue tuning in because if this is what we've had in just these couple of best of ones, gosh, I don't know what semifinals and grand finals is going to bring for week 49 of the Sunday Showdown, Dilly.
Absolutely. Some big fireworks in store. And as you say, they got to save the best for last. So that'll do it for myself. I'm Dilly G. This has been Vincent alongside me. We hope you guys enjoyed sticking alongside with us for top 32 through top 8. Now we are moving into top 4 and grand finals of this week's Valorant Sunday Showdown. Stick around. You definitely don't want to miss it.